What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 9 of our Cincinnati Bengals franchise. In today's episode, we're going to be doing some fun stuff. We are going to negotiate contracts, and I'm not going to throw around any money to any of these players yet. I just kind of want to gauge your guys' opinion about player personnel, player evaluation, who you think we should bring back, so on and so forth. And then we're going to go into, take a little deep dive here with the college draft class that I decided to import. So, first things first, the realism factor of this franchise series. Bengals are 5-1, right? That's not realistic. Obviously, we all know that. Even the Bengals fans, even the ones that are really excited out there, really, you guys know that 5-1 isn't realistic enough, right? It's kind of out there a little bit. At best, we should probably be like 3-3, maybe 2-4. Because I mean, they got a tough schedule here especially against the Falcons and the Panthers. We should have lost both of those games, but we went 1-1. And then against the Steelers at home, I mean, I could see the Bengals winning that game against the Steelers at home, but when we play them later on in the season at Heinz Field, that's probably going to be a loss. I'm just saying. But anyway, not getting too deep dive in there. What I want to tell you guys is that since Madden has been updated, the game is played a lot better as far as run blocking goes, as far as pass blocking goes. When you're trying to do a play action, these are some things that they fixed. There's patch notes all over the place. You can check those out. I've linked it in the description. But basically, the slider sets that I was using was basically me just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. Where is it at? Where's the balance? Where can I find a good slider set? What can I do with my sliders to make it simulate or play correctly for a 4-quarter game? Like, how can I get Andy Dalton to get to 250? How can I get Joe Mixon to get to 60 to 80 on a good day? Like, how can I make those things happen? Well, by trying so hard to make those things happen, thus the result of, 200 yards of rushing offense on the ground against the Dolphins, 4 interceptions against Ryan Tannehill, and being completely transparent and honest with you guys, the only time I can get onto Madden and get gameplay is that's it. That's all I can do. I don't have enough time in my day to actually go in and test sliders out and really dig and dive deep into it. I've tried to install and use some slider sets from other people, and it just wasn't like, it just doesn't, it didn't work for me, and so ultimately I just decided to do my own custom thing, and then thus the result. And then obviously, it being 2 or 3 in the morning on Sunday morning against the Dolphins, I'm like, I still have to play against the Steelers here and get this thing uploaded and commentated for a Sunday upload, because I don't want to let you guys down, So that's the explanation for that. And going forward, I'm gonna make it more difficult on me to try to win these games. And you guys can see here, I did import, thanks to a subscriber, recommended these sliders, and I actually was able to test these out. Now, since Madden's been updated, we might have to lower some of this stuff just so that it plays well enough to get the stats that we want. But I'm thinking, if anything, we'll probably have to lower some of these numbers, or just keep it the same. I'm not sure, but it's playing really good right now, and I'm really liking it. It's a lot better than it was before. Let's just say that. We don't have really goofy things like the Dolphins' 1st and goal on the 2, getting 7 false start penalties, pushing them back to 3rd and goal on the 27. Right? You guys saw that. Madden's broke, but now they fixed it. But that's sliders right there. It's from the author named Charter04, Operation Sports contributor, I believe. But yeah, it just works. So I value realism, guys. So that's really what I want to do for this going forward. And if we go 2-9 or 2-8, that gets us to 7-9. So I mean, I'm not against that. It'd be crazy, but I'm not against it. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's dive right in. And then I'll talk about some other things that I want to do with this franchise going forward to finish off the video today. But let me know what you guys think about this. So Geno Atkins, $25 million over 3 years. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible offer or a request. So I'd like to bring Geno back. I'm not sure about Tyler Eifert just because $21 million. He's young enough, right? And he's got the potential to keep growing. And he's a huge player for us, very good offensively. And, you know, he's been a really big-time contributor for us this season, in this 5-1 season, but I'm not sure that we have the money for that. I really don't. Carlos Dunlap, especially with the injury concerns, Carlos Dunlap, I'd like to bring him back and make him a Bengal for life here. Michael Johnson, we can probably pass on Michael Johnson with $9.7 million at 31 for just a backup role. You know, I mean, Darqueze Dennard is 5 years younger at corner. It's a different position. I get it. It's less taxing, but you know, $7 million compared to $9 million over 3 years. I'd like to bring Dennard back. He's been an interception machine for us. Tyler Kroft might be a good option for us if we decide to let Tyler Eifert go. We would probably need to have him grow in that role. Maybe we need to get him some more catches, some more playing time. He's got 83 catching, you know, 88 for Eifert, but he's getting there. He's getting there. So even if he was like an 82 tight end, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? So maybe Kroft might be our guy going forward. Preston Brown, I'd like to bring him back. He's a nice little centerpiece in that middle of the defense. Randy Bullock, why would we want to bring him back? Everybody hates him here. Chris Baker, not too interested in Chris Baker. CJ Uzoma, we could bring him back to back up Tyler Kroft. Vincent Ray, Hopkins, Fisher, Goodwin, all these guys are negotiating later at a later date. So let me know what you guys think as far as who you want to bring back. It's not a ton of money being thrown around. Do have to make some cuts here. Maybe it's Michael Johnson, maybe it's Carlos Dunlap, and we keep Eifert and Atkins. These are just some things that we need to consider going forward. All right, so the moment we have all been waiting for, the scouting of the college players in the real draft class. So that franchise guy draft class, I didn't really like. There were some errors, and there were some reaches on there. Like Shea Patterson was going in the first round, quarterback for Michigan this year. I didn't get that one. Drew Lock was up in the top 10. You know, that makes sense. Justin Herbert from Oregon, that makes sense, major sense. He's probably the best quarterback in the draft for 2019. But Operation Sports, OSFX 19V1. That's not me renaming it. That's actually the file name. So if you guys want to, go download it. It is right there, and it's pretty dang good. I like where players are ranked. I like their potential, their talent level. I like it, and I hate that it does this for you because maybe I didn't want to scout Ed Oliver because we're probably not going to get Ed Oliver. Anyway, so it's pretty good. I like it, and you can obviously go in it with the L, press the L, stick down, and you can edit the players, and you can even see their stats, so you don't really have to scout anybody, which kind of takes the fun out of it. Which I'm gonna rename Justin Herbert after he is drafted somewhere. He might get drafted by us. He might get drafted elsewhere. But it's not Justin Hebert. It's Justin Herbert, and I'm gonna end up renaming him. But I like the way that this is all set up. It makes a lot of sense here. Rashawn Gary, number 12. I probably would have put him number 10. He's that good. Devin White, nice player there. AJ Brown, very good player. Drew Lock, there's Drew Lock from Missouri. Devin Bush Jr., I like Devin Bush, very solid player. Where else? Jared Stidham, quarterback for Auburn. It's late, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pronounce that. David Montgomery, good running back. We got Brian Lewerke, oh God, Michigan State. Ben Schwaddle. What? Did I say that correct? Debo Samuel, DeAndre Baker. DeAndre Baker might be not too bad for us. Martez Ivy from Florida. Let's just check out Ivy real quick. Okay, so he's a second-round talent. That's good. I'm mostly looking at trying to rebuild that offensive line, guys, and we really need to focus on that more so than skill positions. I feel like you win football games from the inside out. That's kind of the methodology that you need to have. Defensive line, offensive line, and then you get your skill position. So I'm going to go ahead and scout Jonah Williams. Lead block. I'm not too concerned about lead blocking for a tackle. Maybe with a guard, you would want to do that. But B+ at passing block, like, yeah. Jonah Williams is going to be a really good player for us if we were able to draft him. Let's just check out some other tackles, because I mean Cordy Glenn is our left tackle, but you know we could probably switch Jonah Williams to a right tackle even. Let's see about Trey Adams. Trey Adams would not be bad. Greg Little wouldn't be bad either. Let's stop right there for first round. Let's continue with like left guard. Benz Schwal, second round. About centers, we really don't need to focus on any centers. That might come later in this series, just because we've got Billy Price who can play center. He can play guard too, so maybe if we drafted a center, we might be able to switch him over. Michael Dieter, Dalton Risner, Kansas State. He might be a really solid pro, actually. David Edwards from Wisconsin. That might be our pick, guys, honestly, because 6'7", 321. You know, coming from Wisconsin, yeah, those big boys can eat. Raekwon Davis would not be too bad of a pick at defensive tackle. Christian Wilkins would be good. Let's see here. What else can we focus on? Maybe we focus on little linebacker. I know we're considering re-signing Preston Brown. Corner, I'm not too concerned. Defensive back, you know, with Iloka being released, Sean Williams kind of getting a little bit older, might want to consider some safety help. But, you know, I think we do need to draft a better quarterback. I think we need to draft one early. I don't think that Logan Woodside or Jeff Driscoll are the answers after Andy Dalton is done. You know, maybe we might, I guess there's really no point in signing a veteran type of quarterback because you would already have had that with Andy Dalton, right? So, if you let him go, you would have had that if you just decided to keep him. So there's no point in trying to go that route. You need to go after a young quarterback that we can mold. Logan Woodside probably not going to be a guy that makes it, in my opinion. Wide receiver, we definitely need a wide receiver that can complement AJ Green, kind of with his same and similar skill set. You know, like DK Metcalf or N'Keal Harry, 6'3" type of receivers. John Ross, simply put, you know, he's fast. He can do that. He's got that in his game. He's more like a slot guy. Tyler Boyd, more like a number 4 guy. We need a true number 2 type of talent, and a guy that can stretch the field a little bit, who doesn't have bricks for hands like John Ross does. You know, we need to get a guy that is a big target, something like AJ Green is already, and maybe we even might consider tight end as well. Noah Fant, Caleb Wilson, yeah, these kind of guys. CJ Conrad, pretty solid. So that's actually going to be it for today's episode, guys. I'm not going to do any sort of like scouting of Kansas City or Tampa Bay. I kind of want to gauge where you guys are at with those as well, because I don't know if you guys enjoy those or not. So I'm pulling them off from this Thursday update video, and if you guys really want them to return, I'll return it back against the Saints. So basically, the format now that we're pretty much going to be in week 10 by next Thursday, I want to do 1 week now at a time for gameplay. And basically, I did all this because now that we've got a little bit of hype going with this Bengals franchise, and now that the regular season for the NFL is just getting ready to get going, I want to be like into year number 2 for the Bengals by the time that the NFL, like we're about a month or 2 in to the actual NFL season. So I think that that's going to be good. It'll be good for me, especially with like workload and editing load, video time. It'll be good. Attention span for the videos. It'll be nice. So let me know what you guys think as far as like the Thursday update videos. Do you guys want to see the previews of the teams? Do you guys want to hear my analysis on what we need to do, what we need to focus on to get these W's? And also let me know about the college draft class and negotiating of players that we need to re-sign or don't want to re-sign. So I'll see you guys on Sunday with Chiefs and Bucks. As always, peace.